Welcome to CollectCo Live. Facebook and YouTube tonight, as you can see by our fancy setup. So you can watch on YouTube or Facebook tonight, test your connection. I've make sure I have my feed ready, and we're going to get right to showing vinyl. So no rush intro. No, YouTube is threatening me with copyright claims if I keep using Tom Sawyer. So I think somewhere Rush's lawyers, they really like Tom Sawyer only being used if they're getting paid. So if I probably were to send Rush 1% of tonight's sales, they probably would let me use it. But I don't think 15 minutes of Tom Sawyer is worth that kind of money. So even though I really like the song, I'd rather use Red Barchetta, but personal preference, or Xanadu, or Xanadu. Man, I'll tell you something, that Rush box set unboxing video, I don't know if y'all got on there to look at the comments, but there's a lot of people who's watched that video that are not regular customers. They're giving me heck about my southern accent, and they're giving me heck about saying Neil Peart when it's supposed to be Peart. Oh my gosh. A couple comments were nasty. They were like all over me about not saying Peart correctly. It's Neil Peart. And my southern accent, some people were like, I've never heard a southern talk about Rush. This is amazing. And one guy was like, it took me a while to figure out his accent, but I've never heard somebody from the South talk about Rush like this before. So I guess there's a conception that people from Tennessee don't listen to Rush. Yeah, just plug it in right there. Yeah. So yeah, evidently a lot of people, especially in Canada, didn't realize that people in Tennessee, or I guess quote in the South, don't like Rush. So okay, you gotta be careful on YouTube. But so far, I've sold 2 box sets for 2 new customers. I've sold 2 $300 big box sets from that video. So I have not shared it. No. Okay, let's get to showing vinyl. This is our first box of new arrivals for tonight. This is Kings of Leon, Because of the Times. Because of the Times. We haven't had this one in a while. Kings of Leon, Because of the Times. Those are $40.99. That is a 2 LP. Yeah, it is a 2 LP gatefold. Kings of Leon, $40.99. Yeah, okay. Violent Film. So we had a pre-order come back in on this, or a waiting list. I had 5 people on a waiting list, or 4, and I've got 1 left to sell. Again, Violent Films, Craft Recording, 35th anniversary, Craft reissue, 1983 self-titled album. Those are $31.99. $31.99. Yes, we ship out of the state. I moved out of Tennessee. Yes, we ship $7. $7 anywhere in the state. $7. So here's tonight's lineup. We got 3 crates of new vinyl. We've got 4 crates of new vintage arrivals. I've got 3 crates of half off ready for you. And we're still pulling stuff from April that's half off. I've got crates still to go through. So Kings of Leon, Only by the Night. So that's our second Kings of Leon title. That one's $44.99. We had somebody on a waiting. I'll grab the waiting list here in a second. But most of this crate are leftovers from waiting lists that come in. That's their 2 LP, Only by the Night release, $44.99. And Iron Maiden Power Slave. And we haven't had this in a while, but it is I think this is a UK, yeah, this is a UK import. But right now, it's the only way we can get them. They're $56.99. I will say, though, they are looks very well made. I don't know if I'll go as far as opening one up, but looks very well made. Those are $56.99. But right now, they've pulled the SKUs on the U.S. pressing. So I don't know if they're planning something big, or if they're just maybe not pressing them right now in the States because of demand or because of the backlog. So Dakota, first sell of the night, takes an Iron Maiden Power Slave. That is sold to Dakota. I've got 3 more of those left. If you're just hopping on, we're on our first bin of new vinyl arrivals, and I'll recap it. The famous St. Cecilia. I think I've had to order this 19 times. I've got another one. One more left again. They're $17.99. That's St. Cecilia Foo Fighters. One left again. And I think this is the first time we've had this collected. This is the Mission collected. Individually numbered, 3,500 copies, and 2 LP hit singles, $61.99. $61.99 on the Mission collected. Auctions. I do have some, but we'll get to them in just a second. Usually like to at least go through a crate or two, then we start getting auctions rolling. So I'm on a strict buying limit. Uh-oh. We don't like buying limits. George Strait, Pure Country soundtrack. 25th anniversary, Pure Country, George Strait soundtrack. Those are $26.99. $26.99. Let's see. It's not cheap being an Iron Maiden fan. No. Iron Maiden stuff, especially these newest reissues, they're not the cheapest thing in the world right now. This is, I don't know, it's a soundtrack called Verotica soundtrack, limited edition splatter vinyl, and that is $26.99. Was my Mission pre-pulled? Was that a special order for you, Gary? We was trying to figure. I didn't order these, so I'm assuming. I guess this is for you. You may have messaged the page. I'm assuming Doug ordered that. So if you wanted one of those, we only got 2, so I'm assuming one of them is yours. So Mission collected, Gary Hackett. Cody Chandler wants a George Strait Pure Country. And we had somebody on a waiting list on this. Michael Potts. One of the Michael Pottses. UFO. Tanner just had me. Who keeps asking about UFO? Waylon? Waylon, I think this is the only UFO title we have in stock. Force It. 2LP Deluxe Edition, 2021 Remastered, $29.99. Dustin Chandler wants the other Pure Country. We're sold out of those. That's been pretty difficult to get. Seth was saying he follows George Strait stuff pretty closely, that those have, when those go out of print, they get pretty expensive. Here comes the train. So evidently this is Danzig. The Verotica soundtrack is music by... wow, there's several on here. You got Danzig, Ministry, Vial of Sin, Pink Velvet, Switchblade Symphony, Studio 69. Those are $26.99. Michael Potts. Yes, it's Michael Coleman Potts. Michael Coleman Potts on the waiting list for that one. So I was on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Will that be on next week's invoice? Dakota, we're still waiting for them to come in. We're still waiting for them to come in. Californication. So there was like hundreds in stock. We ordered 10, we sold out, and then we're waiting for the others to come back in. So Waylon said he'll take it. Travis also wants one if we have another one on the UFO. So let's see if we have another one. We don't. I did say that was our last one, so evidently it is. Enough's Enough, 7, green vinyl, $27.99. Enough's Enough, green vinyl, $27.99. So Dakota... what I was saying is I went back to reorder the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're all gone. They sold out hundreds of those immediately. Oh, I put UFO back in here. That's sold to Waylon. And Travis, if we have another one come up, I will set it aside for you. Flight of the Conchords, live in London, $34.99. Flight of the Conchords, live in London is $34.99. Flight of the Conchords. Kraftwerk remixes. This is a new Kraftwerk release. It's 4 LPs, $71.99. That's pretty much a box. Is there 4 LPs in here? No, there's 3. Okay, 3. I was about to say, it's pretty much like a box set. $71.99. Kraftwerk remixes. Made in Germany, of course. Kraftwerk. $71.99. Weezer, the Black Album, is $25.99. Weezer, the Black Album's $25.99, and Waylon said, let Travis have UFO. So Travis said, Travis, UFO's actually yours. Wet Leg, I think this has been a heavy request. Wet Leg, the debut album, is $29.99. Wet Leg, the debut album, $29.99. We got 3 of those available, 4 of those available. Music from the motion picture, Cold Mountain, first ever vinyl pressing. Pressed at Palace in Germany. Songs on here by Jack White, Sting, Elvis Costello, Alison Krauss. $35.99. And Brandon Sanders, if you're watching, this was a request from him. We got yours pulled. We have 2 more available. They're $35.99. I have not listened to Wet Leg. I have not listened to Wet Leg. And then Donald Fagen, The Night Fly is back in print. This is $31.99. Alex Roman wants a Code Mountain. I want to say that we had some of these before, and there was a pressing defect on several of them. And I think I had to return 2 or 3 of these, but this is a new pressing. Hopefully that they're all good and nice and clean and don't pop. So Donald Fagen, The Night Fly is $31.99. David Robertson also wants a Code Mountain, and Susie, we are sold out, but we will order more of those. Pressed at Palace, so you know it's going to sound good. You know it's going to sound good. But Donald Fagen from Steely Dan, great solo album of his, that is $31.99. Donald Fagen, The Night Fly. So Brandon's here. Brandon, we've got your Code Mountain soundtrack in. So, and Brandon's leaving us. He's officially moved to Florida, I think. Or are you still in Lebanon at the moment? Woods Felix wants Enough's Enough. I think that's a new release from them. Don't hold me to that, but it says 2022 on the back. That's sold to Woods Felix. Okay, if you're just hopping on, that was just our first bin of new vinyl. Hopefully my post got a lot of people motivated to watch. I said if you're not watching, I'm going to be extremely disappointed in you. So we got some cool new stuff tonight. We're going to have some on-sale stuff. I want the check condition bin. That's the first new bin I want, check condition. Yeah, I think it's the red one. What's the news on the Sabotage reissues? I've got to post pre-orders. I've got to post a lot of pre-orders. Music on Vinyl dropped like 7 titles today. Wet Leg is $29.99. Here's what's left in that bin. Kings of Leon, $40.99. Kings of Leon, $40.99. Violent Femmes, $31.99. Kings of Leon, $44.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave is $56.99. We still got a few of those available. We have Foo Fighters, $17.99. The Mission Collected is $61.99. The Verotica soundtrack, $26.99. Splatter vinyl. Enough's Enough, last one, $27.99. Flight of the Conchords, $34.99. And Kraftwerk is $71.99. Weezer Black Album, $25.99. Wet Leg is $29.99. And Donald Fagen, The Night Fly, is $31.99. Hall of the Mountain King or Gutter Ballet. Gutter Ballet is one of the new releases they've announced. Now, I will go ahead and say those are going to, so they usually initially offer them through their website, and then we try to get them later. I think the way Sabotage does their stuff is it's kind of through their website, and then they offer it to us later. So, is that our first auction? All right. First auction of the night. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. We have an OG, beautiful copy on Geffen Records. Nice cover. Does it have the inner sleeve? Yeah. Original inner sleeve. $65 start. $65 start. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. OG copy. Immaculate. Okay. But we already have Hall of the Mountain King in stock. Michael Potts wants a Wet Leg, and Susie wants the Violent Femmes. We might want to check that list. She may be on the waiting list. I need to grab all those wherever they're at, the waiting list for tonight. Sold out on the website. That's what usually happens. So they kind of offer a certain amount on their website, and then they give the rest to distributors. So.
The Violent Femmes is Paul Brothers, Eric Reisman, and David Cox.
Okay. Susie was not already on the Violent Femmes list. Okay. First bin of new vintage arrivals. These are all check condition. Check condition. So I'm going to let you know the condition. They're not perfect, but they're not terrible either. This is a VG Plus. VG Plus is just going to have very light superficial marks on it. That is a VG Plus $14.99. 2001 A Space Odyssey soundtrack. Sold on the website. Yeah, so Sabotage, that's usually what happens. It's a lot of these bands like that. They have a cult following among their fans. They offer it there first. Usually the colored vinyl stuff goes immediately, and then they press stuff either again on colored vinyl or they do black vinyl for our main distributors. So, Okay, 2001, where was I? Guns N' Roses, we got a bid, Wayne Cars at $65. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. $65 bid with Wayne Carr. Very nice copy. Yes, Time and a Word. Yes, Time and a Word is a VG copy, $9.99. Yes, Time and a Word. Supertramp, Breakfast in America, VG copy, $9.99. Madman Across the Water, Elton John, a VG Plus, $24.99. Ricky Skaggs' Country Boy is excellent, $12.99. And Genesis Invisible Touch is excellent, $17.99. Heart, this is Greatest Hits and Live, VG Plus, $19.99. Wet Leg is colored vinyl. How do I get out paying taxes? When you find out, let me know. Wet Leg should be clear yellow vinyl, Walt says. I don't think it's been pressed any other way. I sent a message today about my invoice. Tracy, we will take a look at it. Usually the next day, invoices went out a day late, so this is Tuesday, and then usually the next day we have corrections to get to, which takes us another day or two. So I have Hall of the Mountain King, Travis. It's $39.99. Mark Chesler was first to yes. Mark Chesler was first to yes. Travis needs a Hall of the Mountain King, which is Tanner's right in front of him. Travis, we got you one pulled. Kevin Willis wants a Madman Across the Water. Stacy takes the Genesis Invisible Touch. David Robertson also wants a Wet Leg. Susie Breedlove gets the Heart. And good way to start a bin. That's why I wanted to start with this one. Really good titles in here. Check conditions. We still got Supertramp, Ricky Skaggs, and 2001 Space Odyssey. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, self-titled, excellent, $22.99. So if you hear me say excellent, that is back here on the back, EX, and by historical grading definitions, you have like mint, mint minus, near mint minus, excellent plus, excellent, excellent minus, which I don't know a lot of people who use excellent minus. There's all kinds of plus and minuses, but it's technically mint, near mint, excellent, VG plus, VG minus, good, poor, fair, however, fair, poor. So excellent is going to be a really nice copy. So yeah, just maybe some sleeve scuffs. It's stuff you can see, but you most likely won't be able to hear. Jonathan Craig is at 67 on Guns N' Roses. There's too many digits. That's a mistake we can't fix. So anyone need any Japanese tonight? Good evening, and good evening to you, Richard. Any Japanese tonight? Yes, I got some that I'm going to reduce and put on auction. I've got the crate right here next to me. King Curtis live at the Fillmore West. That is a VG copy, $14.99. King Curtis live at the Fillmore West. Yusef Lateef, the Gentle Giant, is a VG Plus, $24.99. Jeff McMaster on the Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Sold to Jeff. Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul, VG copy, $14.99. And Tiffany is in shrink wrap, and Tiffany is self-titled. Excellent, $17.99. Dean Martin, Houston, VG copy, or VG Plus copy, Dean Martin, Houston, $7.99. And the Police Synchronicity. This one's actually on black vinyl, not a translucent copy. I think this is more, that's more obscure than the actual purple. You see more purple than you do black. Excellent, $19.99. Paul Brothers on Tiffany. Any Megadeth tonight? Nothing OG, and I don't think we've had any new stuff come in either. So, nothing new. Iron Maiden, Metamorphosis is a VG Plus, $14.99. Paul Brothers on Tiffany. Jeff Whitney, First to the Police. Jeff Whitney, First to the Police. Jamie Miller, you were next on Tiffany. Stacy, Dakota, and Jeff, y'all were next on Police. Yeah, Isaac Hayes, they stuck the sticker right on top of his head there. Iron Butterfly, Rod Stewart, Tonight I'm Yours with Hop Sticker, VG Plus, $19.99. Kevin Tays put I Am. That is, well, that could be it could be Iron Maiden from earlier, or it could be Iron Butterfly here. So I just missed it. The Dean Martin album was Dean Martin Houston, VG Plus, $7.99. Mother's Finest, another Mother Further, VG Plus, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Soundtrack to Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn, VG Plus, $14.99. Yes, Fragile is excellent, $17.99. Kevin wants an Iron Maiden. I'm assuming you want a Power Slave from earlier then. Iron Maiden Power Slave. 2 left. They're $56.99. UK imports. What's that? Richard Allen on MF. That's Mother's Finest. And Calvin Ward was next. Paul Brothers says, give Tiffany the Jamie. I'll grab it another time. So change Tiffany from Paul Brothers to Jamie Miller. And Jennifer Chandler wants the Loretta Lynn soundtrack. So to Jennifer Chandler. Next is a reminder on the auction. Is $67. Guns N' Roses, and that is with Jonathan Craig. Everyone else is out. Jonathan Craig is $67 to Jonathan Craig. It's a near mint copy. OG, of course, well, it's not a reissue, but of course, you know, the true first pressing has the robot cover on it, which is very tough to get. But that is not like a reissue or anything. MF, Loretta, Sean Foxbauer, you were next on Loretta Lynn. Jeff Whitney wants a Loretta Lynn. And then Kevin Tays put Iron. Right. I think I got that, or I don't know what I did. Jeff Whitney wants a Power Slave. Iron Maiden went to Kevin Tays. Okay. Iron Butterfly. Sorry. Too many iron. We got Iron Maidens and Iron Butterflies. So Iron Butterfly went to Kevin Tays. Okay. Susie Breedlove was next. We got Wayne Carr at 68 on Guns N' Roses, and so is Charlie Sales. So Wayne's back in at high bidder. Charlie and Jonathan, y'all are out. Fleetwood Mac, Heroes Are Hard to Find. VG Plus, $17.99. Heroes are hard to find. Kiss Alive 2, a VG copy, $14.99. Too many irons in the fire. Wow, John and Jeff said the exact same thing, even with the ... after it. Power Slave is $56.99, Sean. It is a UK pressing. Kevin Tays, first to Kiss. Sold to Kevin Tays. Jethro Tull, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. VG Plus, $14.99. Kevin Tays got Kiss, then Nate Johnson, then Dan, then Kip, then Susie, and Billy, we've already sold it. Mose Allison, Western Man, VG Plus, $14.99. Steely Dan, Asia, VG copy, $14.99. And someone mentioned, I forgot who already, but they mentioned about when we were going to start grading covers. That's going to be really tough for us to do just because of time it takes to already grade check condition. John usually only does a crate of check condition a show because it's time consuming to grade one each individually. But when I see stuff like this, I try to mention it. This is a Portugal pressing of Asia. It's a VG, $14.99. But anytime I see something, I try to note it, like, hey, it has some light cover damage. But other than that, I don't see us for Facebook Live ever being able to grade covers. It's just, it would, instead of 6 crates a night, we would have 2 or half, 3 maybe. So, Susie Breedlove wants Jethro Tull. Jeff Whitney was first to Steely Dan. And Debbie wants Mose. Those are all sold. John Sheehan, we got another new bidder. John is at Guns N' Roses at 70. I think that makes the 5th bidder on that. Yes, 90125. This is a VG copy, $9.99. Has the original inner sleeve though. Yeah, it just has a scuff right there on it. Sometimes I like to peek to see what, because the cover looks so nice. I'm like, I wonder what's making that a VG, because it looks like the cover was well taken care of. Owner of a Lonely Heart, title track on that one, or feature track. BOC Mirrors, don't see that too often. VG copy, $9.99. Blue Oyster Cult. Chicago Transit Authority is excellent, $17.99. Excellent, $17.99. John Cougar American Full, VG Plus, $14.99. And Midnight Ride with Paul Revere and the Raiders, featuring Kicks, VG Plus, $9.99. John Sheehan, 70 on Guns N' Roses. Jonathan Craig's out. Tim Holloway on Yes. Tim Holloway on Yes, Yes, Yes. And what was the grade on Fragile? Fragile was a excellent. Excellent. Looks pretty clean. Yeah, this has those. So the reason when we say sleeve scuffs, like, you know, original inner sleeves, if it was heavy stock paper, you slide it in and out over the course of the last 60, 50 years, they're naturally going to get scuffs on them unless you're using one of those anti-static sleeves, which those didn't come around till what, maybe the 80s, late 70s at the earliest. So a lot of those thick paper sleeves, just people over the years playing them, even if they took really good care of them or was gentle, they're going to have some kind of very light scuffs if they were played a lot, if they were being slid in and out. So sleeve scuffs are usually nothing that takes away from sound quality too much, but visually they're usually not, they're not going to be pristine. Susie Breedlove wants kicks. That's Paul Revere and the Raiders. So does Susie Breedlove. Chris Wood takes BOC. And Sherry Darnell, you were second on BOC. Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits. VG copy $12.99. Let's see what label. I think this is a later chess label. Yeah. VG copy $12.99. Thanks, Chris, for sharing. Chris Crowley. Now y'all just got an education on sleeve scuffs. The Kids Are All Right, The Who, in shrink wrap. Contains 20-page full-color booklet hop sticker. This is a VG Plus, $24.99. $24.99. El Dorado, ELO, excellent, $16.99. I still got that on. You can have a EXOG or you can have a top copy JVC Super Vinyl MoFi copy for $69.99. Okay, so we got $70 on Guns N' Roses with John Sheehan. I'm going to say that's going once, going twice. Sean's comment about the Japanese vinyl reminded me we got a lot of stuff to auction tonight and show. So going once, going twice, $70, John Sheehan. No, I didn't. I pulled out John Cougar. What was I supposed to pull out? I was supposed to pull out BOC. Yes. Thank you. Dustin, yes, you got the Pure Country. The B-52s, Wild Planet, excellent, $17.99. ELO, Olay ELO, VG Plus, $14.99. Star Wars soundtrack, very nice. VG Plus, $19.99. Star Wars, VG Plus, $19.99. Go For It. Music inspired by the motion picture Rocky V. VG Plus, $14.99. Rocky V. Patti Smith, Horses, is a VG Plus, $24.99. Can't do more than one auction at a time. I can, but I just didn't have anything ready. Trying to get Guns N' Roses sold first. Let's see. Charlie Sales first on Star Wars. Cindy Jones first on B-52s. And Guns N' Roses is going twice, 3 times, $70, John Sheehan. I think I got several of these. Yeah, I'm going to offer them to whoever's first, and then you can pick which ones you want. These are compilations. So we got Cruisin' 61, VG $9.99. Cruisin' 62 is a VG $9.99. Cruisin' 57 is a VG $9.99. Cruisin' 56 is a VG $9.99. Cruisin' 58, same thing. Cruisin' 59 and Cruisin' 60. So do I have those in order? We got 59, 58, 56, 57, 56. There's 57. There's 58, 59. There's 60. There's 61, 62. I think we got a run of them there. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, and 62. So what I'll do is, Jeff, you were first. I mean, if you just want 61, it's yours. And then Ann is next on 57, then Lisa on 60, and then Timothy on 60. But Jeff, if you want them all, that's fine. Or what I was going to do is just whoever was first, I was going to pick what years you want. Then we'll go from there. I was hoping somebody would just buy them all. So that would be easiest. Sammy Davis Jr. at the Coconut Grove. VG Plus $14.99. And Bruce Springsteen, The River, is a VG Plus $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, The River. Let's go back through those one more time. We'll see. Jeff McMaster only wants 61. Okay, well, I'll go through and start handing them out year by year then. So Jeff McMaster on 61. And then Ann Davis Manginelli on 57. And next was Lisa Hudson on 60. And Timothy Horn was next. Then John Barry wanted 56. And Stacy Metternich wants 62. And that leaves, what does that leave? 59 and 58. So 58 has At the Hop, the Champs, the Montones, Chuck Berry, Jimmy Rogers, Big Bopper, Silhouettes, Dwayne Eddy, etc., etc. That's some of the kind of tracks that's on there. Wayne Heat wants Chuck Berry. That's the Chuck Berry's greatest hits a few back. Wayne Heat, Chuck Berry. Marco V says he'll take the 2 that's left, which is 58 and 59, so to Marco V. And Lisa, you were next on taking the rest of them. Marco V just beat you to it. Yeah, he got 2. Daryl, when I get to Rocky, I'll read off the tracks for you. I'm about to recap what's left. 2000, let's go ahead. Before I do that, this is sold to John Sheehan for $70. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, sold to John Sheehan. And let's see here. I'm going to put up 2 Japanese pressings here. I got some stuff that we've been reducing and putting on low start auction. First is Cliff Richard Silver. Does this have Devil Woman on it? It's not on that side. I don't know if this is like an album or a greatest hits. I think it's just an album. So we got Cliff Richard Silver, Japanese pressing, $5 start. Cliff Richard Silver, Japanese pressing, $5 start. And Cat Stevens, Is It So, another pristine Japanese pressing, $5 start. So $5 starts on those. 2001 Space Odyssey, that's a VG Plus. Actually, let me just read the titles. If you want to know a price, feel free to ask. 2001 Space Odyssey, Breakfast in America, Ricky Skaggs, Country Boy, King Curtis, Live at the Fillmore West, Yusuf Lateef, Gentle Giant, Dean Martin, Houston, Isaac Hayes, Rod Stewart, Fleetwood Mac, Chicago Transit Authority, Yes, Fragile, The Kids Are All Right, The Who, ELO, John Cougar, ELO, Rocky 5. This is a 12-inch single, actually. It is Heart and Fire featuring Joe Ellis and Tanetta Har. It's a 12-inch single. VG Plus $14.99. Patti Smith Horses. Surprised that's still there. And Sammy Davis Jr. Live and Bruce Springsteen The River. What was the Fillmore? The Fillmore was King Curtis Live at the Fillmore West. Alan. And make sure I hadn't missed anything else. Ooh. Well, my feed. I just had to refresh my feed, and I did it accidentally, so everything's gone. But price on John Cougar, that was a VG Plus $14.99. And Fleetwood Mac was a VG Plus $17.99. Price on King Curtis. King Curtis was a VG copy, $14.99. Chicago Transit Authority was a excellent $17.99. How much for Yusef and Chicago? Hold on a second. Dakota asked what's on John Cougar and price. And then Mark Page said Chicago. I think Mark Page is claiming Chicago. He was first to that. Who just asked? Tim Holloway. That is sold to Mark Page. Mark, if you're a first-time buyer, please make sure you message our page. Mark Page, please message our page. Dakota, give me 1 second on track listing. Billy, the King Curtis, I just told him the price. And then Yusef Lateef, it was VG Plus $24.99 on Atlantic, the Gentle Giant. Okay, then how much was Fleetwood Mac? I think I already got that one. Fleetwood Mac was VG Plus $17.99. And then we got Cat Stevens $15. Price on King Curtis. How much was Chicago? Cat $16.16. Alan said, I'll take it. And Alan he did ask first on the King Curtis here. So that is for sure his. That is sold to Alan Jonathan, the King Curtis at the Fillmore. Then we're getting bids on Cat Stevens, and Patti Smith is a VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Okay, I think, unless somebody wanted to claim anything that I gave a price on, because I gave a lot of prices. Fleetwood Mac, Yusef Lateef, John Cougar, and Patti Smith. I'm going to leave those up front in case we need to pull them here in a second. Still got the Yes, Space Odyssey soundtrack. Dakota says he'll take John Cougar. And George Lyle said he'll take the Patti Smith. John Cougar and Patti Smith, both sold. Okay. If I've missed anybody, or if I overlooked a question, because of all the bids we've got a lot of bids coming in on the Japanese pressing, so my feed moves very quickly. It is extremely difficult for me, or extremely easy for me to miss a comment. So when we have two auctions running and they're both getting lots of bids. So I'm actually going to move the vintage over here in a crate of new vinyl. 2001 was a VG Plus $14.99. 2001 Space Odyssey was a VG Plus $14.99. Okay, next crate of new vinyl. Let's see what we got here. We've been emptied at least one bin. Now, I see David Johnson at 26 on Cat Stevens, and I don't know where we're at on Cliff Richard. That's way up there, plus I've refreshed my phone since then. Susie's at 27 on Cat Stevens. Maybe someone can check, or maybe someone can let us know. Craig Sweden, yeah. All right. Some of these are restocks, but it's some really good restocks that are either sold out and we were lucky to get more of them, or they've been very popular titles. And if you don't have one already, then you're missing out. And the first one, these are still very expensive online right now. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. We got another small shipment of them in. I think there's 10 in here. I've listened to one, and it is amazing. I opened one of these up. It is, I don't know if I've had a live show since I've listened to one, but it's unbelievable. I don't know how other to say it. Those are $59.99. There's not many other records you'll put on that will sound as good as that. $59.99, Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's a 2LP, 45 RPM pressed at Palace. Sean's at 11 on Cliff. Let's do Going Once, Going Twice on the Cliff Richard Silver. Going Once, Going Twice. Sean's at $11. And Cat Stevens is at Susie Breedlove at 27. Going Once, Going Twice. The Police, another one. We sold a lot of these last week. We got 5 more in. The Police Greatest Hits, Half-Speed Master, Expanded Deluxe 2LP, 16 tracks, 14 UK Top 20 hits, 5 UK #1 singles, remastered at Abbey Road, half speed, $49.99. Expanded artwork, gatefold, very nice cover, $49.99. Police. More of the Monkees. I was talking about this the last show because we were expecting them in. This is from the Run Out Groove. They're all numbered on the back. This is an all analog cut of the Monkees' second album, More of the Monkees, $42.99. It's expanded, and so it's the original album, and it has bonus tracks with it. These are extremely well made. $42.99. And something to note on these. First, I really like what they do here. They don't ship the disc inside the cover. They ship it between the gatefold. So no seam splits, ever. I wish everybody would do that. And second, these are very limited, so they come in and they're gone. I guess the third thing is Monkees albums are extremely difficult to find in good condition. You will find them. They're out there everywhere. You'll probably see some marked for $4, and it'll look like it's been through war. Brooks and Dunn Reboot, $29.99. We only have 2 of those. Brooks and Dunn Reboot, $29.99. Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet. This is one of those that I had 50 back ordered. They'll send me 12, and then 1, and then 7, and then 1 again. This is $34.99. Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet. Jerry Pinnock wants a Brooks and Dunn. So did Jerry Pinnock. And let's go ahead and sell, or I guess we need to do a final. That was the first call. Final call on the Japanese pressing. Susie's at 27 on Cat Stevens, and Sean's at 11 on Cliff Richard. Jerry Pinnock on Brooks and Dunn. Francis Drennan on Brooks and Dunn. And then we got Dakota on Bon Jovi. What did I do with Bon? There's Bon Jovi. Dakota was first to that. Robin Walker was second. Joe Cosentini was third. Tanner's going to write down those backup names for Bon Jovi, Robin, and Joe, because we have a ton of those ordered. They just come in. That's such a high demand title. They really have to allocate them all over the country. So even though we order a lot of vinyl, we don't get them all. They pretty much give everybody the same amount whenever they come in. So Led Zeppelin 2, actually there's something behind that. This is sweet. Level-headed tour rehearsals, 1977. This is a sweet picture disc, as in Fox on the Run, and you know, they're not doing Ballroom Blitz on here, but y'all should know them from that. That is $37.99. Sold to Tracy McFadden, most OG LP, yeah, sit and spin. That's exactly right. Sweet is sold to Tracy McFadden. Wayne, you were second, but we will get you one and also put Sean on the Bon Jovi waiting list. Speaking of Sean, let's go ahead and sell these two Japanese pressings. Cliff Richard sold, I think it was $11 to Sean, and Susie gets the Cat Stevens for $27. Those are sold and sold. And Wayne, we will order you a Sweet. Led Zeppelin 2 is $30.99. Led Zeppelin 2. That's just a single disc. We got the deluxe, but that's the first time we've had a shipment of just the single disc remasters come in. Jason Kozwick wants one. That's the Jimmy Page remaster. It includes A Whole Lot of Love and Ramble On. They probably could have put the entire track listing as on the hype sticker. They didn't even mention, well, you know, y'all know how I feel about that album. Next is Taylor Swift. These are $54.99. This is her self-titled album, right? Self-titled Taylor Swift, sealed, $54.99. $54.99. Stacy was first to Stacy also wants a Led Zeppelin, and Jeff Whitney, and Sherry Darnell. I think we've had discussions recently about Led Zeppelin 2s. That's another album that is always kind of worn out. I mean, it's not as challenging to. You can find a nice one because it's been printed so many times, but even the ones in bad shape, the earlier pressings, can sound pretty good. But this is going to be really nice. Bill Fratsky wants a Taylor Swift. We got 3 of those available. We got 3 more Taylor Swifts available, and then those are probably going to be gone. Gorillaz Demon Days. Gorillaz Demon Days is $36.99. Gorillaz Demon Days is $36.99. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 2 is another one of those. You might can find one for like $8 somewhere. I don't even know if that happens, but the ones I've always seen marked $8, once again, it looks like someone played with it outside. So, Gorillaz Demon Days, $36.99. Susie wants one, and so does David Robertson. I think this is the most popular Gorillaz album because I've got all the other stuff, and we have trouble selling it. This must be the one everybody wants. So now I know. Gorillaz Demon Days. That is sold to Susie, and David Robertson also wants one. We'll have to have a waiting list on that one. Alexandria White, Cindy Jones, and who else? Did I see somebody else? Susie got one, David got one, Alexandria and Cindy on the waiting list. So, next is Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That is the Palace pressing. It's perfectly okay if y'all don't want to buy one because those are, we can move those pretty fast. That's why we ordered more. And the same thing with the Police Greatest Hits. These are $49.99. $49.99. More of the Monkees is $42.99. One Led Zeppelin 2. I think we have a couple more on the shelf, but we have one of those left. And then Taylor Swift, Tillman is $54.99. We have 3 left. Self-titled, sealed. $54.99. That's one we don't get too often. Okay, I'm ready for another bin of new vintage, but let me go pick it out. Then I'll have Seth carry it. And while we're doing that, Japanese. Sean says good Japanese. Well, I'm going to go through this crate. I don't know what you consider good, but there's some in here I've got to And then I'm going to probably put up something here that's not Japanese. So we've got, let's do the Walker Brothers, and then I'm going to do something that's not Japanese. I'm going to do something that's French. And I've got to pick up, I got to pick out a crate over here. So give me 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do that back blue one. Back blue one. Tillman Smoot said he wants a Taylor Swift. Put it right there in center pocket. Taylor Swift. Sold to Tillman. I'm going to go ahead and show this since it just got exposed, but it is sealed. It is Queen the Game. Queen the Game. And it is sealed with hype sticker. It is $74.99. It does have a corner ding. Looks like it got dropped on its corner, unfortunately. Other than that, it's sealed and it's very nice. It's $74.99. Queen the Game sealed. Yes, it is sealed. Open that up and it's going to be very, very nice. Sean wants a Pablo Cruz. Pablo Cruz Japanese. I've actually been trying to find a Pablo Cruz Japanese. There's none in the United States for sale, but hopefully I can get one. I actually want a Japanese one. The pipes, the obies on them are pretty cool. So, okay, auctions. We've got a $5 start on the Walker Brothers. The Walker Brothers Golden Collection, $5 start on Phillips. Japanese pressing, $5 start. And we have Anvil Hard and Heavy. This is one of those cursed records from the Knoxville Metal Collection. I think we sold this. Somebody put it back. I think I sold it again. Someone's put it back. Tonight, it's going to be put on a $1 start auction, and whoever buys it, if you put it back, then I'm going to scream. And I will record it and post it in the group. And then block you. Anvil, Hard and Heavy, $1 start. This is a French picture disc from when? 1981. $1 start. Anvil, Hard and Heavy, $1 start. Okay, so Queen went to Jeff Whitney. Calvin Ward was next. Carole King Tapestry. Wow, this looks nice. Let's see if it's on. It's on the second label, which those are usually nicer. I've noticed here the second label for Tapestry, the cover is better. They did a better job with the cover clarity. So that is $24.99. So Sean, Anvil 10, 15, 10, 10. Well, not the block part. I know, that's why I said then I'll block you, because I was like, well, someone will put it back just to hear me scream. But so I was like, well, then I'll block you. So that means don't put it back. John Cougar Mellencamp. 1999. These are some nice, clean-looking records. I don't know where they came from, but they look nice. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. $34.99. Classic. Mr. Kansas Leftoverture. We've had a bunch of those lately, but once again, classic album. Carry On My Wayward Son. 1999. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Boy, that one looks nice too. We got some high-quality inking on some of these. Nice vinyl too. That one's $24.99. That is Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, pretty much a greatest hits. I see Eddie Passir on JC. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Anvil. Has anybody been on the Walker Brothers yet? I don't think so. Anvil 10, 15, 10, 17, 20, 22, 25. So yeah, Eddie Passir, you get the John Cougar. That's the first claim I see so far out of all that madness. So Eddie Passir on the John Cougar. Wild-Eyed Southern Boys 38 Special is $24.99. Yes, Tillman, I was just about to say that. This one has Kyrie and Take These Broken Wings. That is very nice. No John Cougar Mellencamp boxes. Those have not come back in yet. Still waiting on those. Hope y'all didn't hear my neck right then. I'm sure y'all did. The microphone is literally pinned right up to my throat. So, Cat Stevens, Greatest Hits, $14.99. Wild World, Peace Train, Father and Son. Kevin Tays is in on the Walker Brothers. Is anybody... Walker Brothers is one of those that, you know, it's like probably it's really good, but probably a lot of people haven't been exposed to it yet. So, wow. Okay, we just need to take a break for a second. Let me get caught up on the auctions. Pablo Cruz was just pulled. So Anvil, I've got Mike Layton at $25 on the Anvil hard and heavy picture disc. Mike Layton, and then Walker Brothers were at Kevin Tays. $5. Japanese pressing, Walker Brothers, $5. This is a pristine copy of Pablo. It's even got an embossed cover. The palm tree is embossed. You can put this on and pretend you're sitting on the beach. Love will find a way. You can sing along. Original inner sleeve with no lyrics, never mind. You can just pretend you can sing along and just don't have the lyrics. And that is $9.99. The Holy Grail. Do you have any Walmart Moving Pictures red vinyl? No, I wish I did. And Sean takes the Pablo Cruz. That is mint. Sold to Sean. Where are we at? Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments, is $19.99. Very nice looking copy. And The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Is this another one? This is another gold tan label from 1968. We've been getting some very difficult, yeah, it's got a flip cover. We've been getting some very difficult to get Doors albums lately. That's another Waiting for the Sun. So, my first Pablo. Wow. Kevin Tays on RP. Robert Plant. Kevin Tays on Robert Plant. Where are we at on the auctions? Going once, going twice. Anvil. Anvil is at $25 with Mike Layton. Going once, going twice. And Walker Brothers, $5 with Kevin Tays. Going once, going twice. Y'all are going to let any kind of Japanese pressing, y'all are going to let that slide by for $5? Susie, we've already sold Robert Plant. Robert Plant went to Kevin Tays. Susie, we've already sold it. And Alexandria, The Doors is a gold tan label, 1968, $64.99. $64.99. Next, 38 Special. This one is Special Forces, $24.99. Another one, just really nice. Inner sleeve. The Door, wow. Yeah, this is a different one. This is a 1970 red Electra label. So, wow. That is $49.99. $49.99. Sean says he's in at 7 on the Walker Brothers. Okay. I'm about to say, y'all going to let me sell a Japanese Walker Brothers for $5. Not anymore. Sean's at 7. Susie is at 38, and that's for 38 Special. 38 Special. And let's go ahead and sell Anvil so I can put up something new. Anvil is sold to Mike Layton, correct? For $25. Anvil picture disc. I'll lay it right on top of, I'll lay Anvil on top of Special Forces. Let me pick something else out of this bin. What do we got over here? I've got, there's not but 2 more Japanese records left in this bin, and then I'll have to find something else. But let me pull something out, and we'll put it up for auction. $1 start. $1 start. The Allman Brothers, brothers and sisters. $1 start. Gatefold. Look at that. There they are. What a family. And it is always on Capricorn. Featuring, well, I like the whole album, but, well, Wasted Words is good. Ramblin' Man, Southbound Jessica, Come and Go Blues, and Pony Boy. $1 start on the Allman Brothers. Kevin's at 8 on the Walker Brothers. Sean's at 10 on the Walker Brothers. And we've got bids for Allman Brothers. We got the Walker Brothers and the Allman Brothers. Heart, Little Queen, $19.99. First track is Barracuda. Kick It Out. 1999, Heart. J.D. Crowe and the New South. Uh-oh. $44.99. This isn't easy to get. Rounder Records, J.D. Crowe, $44.99. Next is Earl Clue on Blue Note. Earl is $9.99. And Larry John Wilson, Loose Change. Larry John Wilson, $29.99. Okay, let me get caught up here. Walker Brothers is at 10 with Sean. Allman Brothers, 5, 5, 10, $18.99, 10, 6, 8, 12. Charlie Sales first on Heart. Charlie Sales first on Heart. Chris Wood, 15. Susie next, 15. Let's see. And then Kevin Taze is at 11 on the Walker Brothers. So Kevin's at 11 on the Walker Brothers, and I've actually got somebody bid like 19 on the Allman Brothers. Who bid 19? Sean Foxbower. He bid $18.99 on the Allman Brothers, which we only do dollar bid increments. Never mind, because I see somebody at 20 and 20. So, all right. Did you get all that, Tanner? Hart went to Charlie Sales. That's the only thing pulled. And then Brandon says, is Keith Whitley? Well, he's not on the cover, unless that's him, which I know it's not. That's the only guy with blonde-looking hair. Let's see if we get a lineup here. J.D. Crowe, Tony Rice, Ricky Skaggs, Bobby Sloan, and Jerry Flux Douglas. I don't see Mr. Whitley. Okay, 20. Sean's out on the Walker Brothers, and Walker Brothers was at $11, right? Yeah, I think he came back in at 11. Okay, so Kevin's probably going to end up with that. I'll show it again in one more second. In 5 seconds. Let me show a couple more records. John Ackerman. Or Jan. John. What's that say? Yeah, Jan. Jan Ackerman. $19.99. And Lau George. Thanks, I'll eat it here. $24.99. What are these? Guitarist. Orleans with a very weird cover. $14.99. And the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. $29.99. 1965. Mike Layton, he's high bid on that one too, Allman Brothers. Mike Layton currently has the bid. Allman Brothers, $25. And Walker Brothers, $11. Going once, going twice, 3 times to Kevin Taze for $11. Cindy Jones on Lau George. Cindy Jones on Lau George. Paul Brothers back in on Allman Brothers. Latin Man, Herbie Mann, Afro to Bossa to Blues. Herbie Mann, $17.99. The Section, Ford Motion, $14.99. Paul's at 27 on Allman Brothers. What's the year on the Butterfield? That's J. He actually put the date on the back here. He put 1965. Let's take a look at the label. I think this is the old Electra label. It has the old Electra logo up there, but not the old Electra label. But if he puts a sticky note or if he puts a sticker on the back, then he's ran the Matrix on Discogs. 1965 on that one. Lau George was in Little Feat. Okay. Do you still have turntable mats? I do. Bob Marley, Dylan, The Doors, Pink Floyd, Metallica, AC/DC. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Chad Bennett wants JD and the New South. Chad, it's yours. It is yours. I was about to say, that's a tough, that's a highly requested and bluegrass album. And let's go ahead and sell the Walker Brothers. $11, Kevin Taze. And the Allman Brothers is at $27, Paul Brothers. Going once, going twice. $27 on the Allman Brothers to Paul Brothers. J.D. South, I think I'm caught up. Stan Getz, Voices on Verve. 2LP, Gatefold, $19.99. Mahavishnu Orchestra with John McLaughlin, The Inner Mounting Flame, $19.99. Mary Potts wants an AC/DC mat. I will bring those over in 1 second so you can see what I'm selling, because there may be some other people who want one. Larry Underhill is at 30 on the Allman Brothers. This looks like, I can't read it. This is Jubal. Something like that. $19.99. That's also on Electra. Dan Potter, $19.99. It's got a, what is this? Mandrill. Mandrill is 1999. And it has some kind of insert down in it. Has the insert with it. 2-page insert, Mandrill. Lattimore 3. Wow, there's some strange records in this bin. Lattimore 3, $24.99. Jeff McMaster wants Mandrill. Mike Layton's at 31 on the Allman Brothers. And Electric Bass Lines written by Carol K. We actually got 2 of these, and they're not cheap. This one is $99.99. Electric Bass Lines written by Carol K. number 1. That one is $99.99. And the other one, How to Play the Electric Bass written by Carol K. That is $74.99. So Paul's out on the Allman Brothers. Mike has it at 31, going once, going twice. And let me show the AC/DC mat. Mary, if anybody wants an AC/DC, I have some other ones. I'll show them at the end of this bin, but let me go ahead and pull this for her before we forget. You already got one pulled? Okay. There's AC/DC turntable mat. I'll show that entire bin in 1 second. Hubert Law's Afro Classic is $19.99. Little Walter Boss Blues Harmonica. I have no idea where these records came from. VG Plus $24.99. Paul Desmond Bridge Over Troubled Water is $14.99. Weather Report is $14.99. Larry Underhill is at 35 on the Allman Brothers. Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits, $19.99. Living Color Picture Disc, $19.99. Living Color Picture Disc. I'm trying to pull it out, but we'll just leave it the way it is. That is $19.99, Living Color Picture Disc. Cool and the Gang Emergency is sealed. That is $29.99. Christy Moss wants Living Color. This is a Marshall Tucker Band King Biscuit Flower Hour radio broadcast. Marshall Tucker Band King Biscuit Flower Hour radio broadcast. And this is a VG. VG on the vinyl. VG Plus. That is $34.99. Whoa, lots of Living Colors. Christy Moss first on Living Color, then David Howard, then Michael Harrell. Bubby, it's already sold. Michael Harrell, then Sean, and then Christy Moss wants to Marshall Tucker. That is sold to Christy Moss. And going once, or actually we have a new, Larry Underhill. 35 on the Allman Brothers, brothers and sisters. Going once, going twice, because I think that's a new bid. Kent Tilley wants the Brubeck Greatest Hits, sold to Kent Tilley. Deborah says, I want to pop in and say hi and bye. Well, thanks. 500 Miles to Glory, Indianapolis Speedway, $19.99. If you like racing, that's a record for you. On Mercury, $19.99. This is a Beatles Unofficial, $44.99. As Sweet as You Are, Beatles Unofficial. The tracks are almost gone on the front. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story. Every Picture Tells a Story. That is $24.99. Classic album alert. Last record, which the very first one was Queen, but behind that was The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, $19.99, which is their greatest hits. Well, this is a nice one. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane. Gatefold textured cover. All right, well, going twice, going 3 times on the Allman Brothers, and I'm going to put up 2 new ones. 2 new ones. Larry Underhill, 35, going twice, 3 times. Here's what's left. Please ask questions if you would like to see something. Larry Underhill first on the Jefferson Airplane, Jeff McMaster next, then Sean Crupper. All right. Carole King Tapestry, very nice pressing, very nice condition. Kansas Leftoverture, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Let me read the tracks list on this. Deja Vu, Helplessly Hoping, Wooden Ships, Teach Your Children, Ohio's on here, Find the Cost of Freedom, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Guinevere, Helpless, Our House, and Woodstock. 38 Special, Wild Eyed Southern Boys. That one has Hold On Loosely on it. Fantasy Girl. Karen Robbins takes the Cool and the Game. That's sold to Karen Robbins. That's a original sealed. Sold to Karen Robbins. Kent, you were 4th on the Jefferson Airplane. Mr. Mister is still available. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. The Doors, Morrison Hotel. Earl Clue, Larry John Wilson. Jan Ackerman. Orleans, Latin Man, Herbie Mann. The Section, Ford Motion. Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Stan Getz Voices. Mahavishnu Orchestra. Jubal. Don Potter. Lattimore 3. How much was Kansas? $19.99. Kent Tilley. Hold on a second. Angela Tyree. How much was 38 Special? 38 Special was $24.99. Angela. Kent Tilley wants Carole King. And Tinker Walker. Kansas was $19.99. And there's the Electric Bass Lines. Carol K. Hubert Law's Classic. Little Walter, Paul Desmond, Weather Report, 500 Miles to Glory, The Beatles Unofficial, and Rod Stewart. Tinker will take the Kansas. We got a couple more of those in the back in the Kansas bin if anybody else wants one. Sherry Darnell wants Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Those are not easy to find with those labels and in that condition. Just FYI. All right, this is sold $35. Almond Brothers, Larry Underhill, Almond Brothers, $35. The Almond Brothers are just, those first 3-4 albums, just unbelievable. All right, let me pull out a couple more. We'll get a new crate. I got a new crate of vinyl to show you, and we will put up something else here. So. And let's see. I got a couple more lower, I guess I'll put, I don't know, Japanese pressing, but it's Manfred Mann's Earth Band with Chris Thompson. Criminal Tango, $5 start. $5 start. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Criminal Tango, Japanese pressing, pristine, $5 start. And Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn soundtrack, Coal Miner's Daughter, sealed. No cutout, no notch, original sealed. And this is a $10 start. Not Carole King, Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn. That is a $10 start. That is sealed, never been opened. Let me go through and make sure I didn't miss any comments. Somebody claimed 38 Special, evidently. Hold on a second. Susie, there's been 2 38 Specials. So I got you for one. There's one still in here. Lowest price on Paul Butterfield. Brian, everything right now is sticker price. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Sherry Darnell, Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Brian, everything right now is sticker price, but I may can negotiate with you later, especially in part 2. Do you have a Japanese section in the store? We usually have a crate behind the counter, but there's not much left in there right now. Sean's at 10 on Manfred Mann. Package deal on Carol Kane on part 2. Kevin, that is most likely can happen. Do you have Almond Brothers where it all begins? I don't think so. 5, 11, 10, 10, 10, 15. What was the label on the Doors? Jesse, it's already sold. And Calvin is at 15 on Loretta, 19, 10, 16, 20, 10. Okay. Lots of bids. I'll just let y'all bid. Have at it. Okay. New vinyl arrivals. So I've got Manfred Mann at 20 with David Johnson. I've got Calvin Ward at 20 on the sealed Loretta Lynn. I keep calling everything Carole King. This is not Carole King. This is Coldplay Parachutes. Coldplay Parachutes is $29.99. Coldplay Parachutes is $29.99. Next is Godsmack, When Legends Rise, $29.99. This is pretty much the only Godsmack record you can get. And it is $29.99. Everything else by them is out of print. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. It says classic album remastered from original analog tapes. $29.99. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. And Almond Joys, Early Almonds featuring Dwayne and Greg Almond. $31.99. Devo, Are We Not Men? And I think this is the white vinyl. I don't think they're putting the exclusive stickers on these anymore, but it said this was the golf ball white vinyl on this. $27.99 on the Devo. Okay, I hadn't been paying attention. What's going on here? So 1821. Did I get the Jefferson Airplane? I don't know. Who got the Jefferson Airplane earlier? Jerry Wallace is at 21 on the Coal Miner's Daughter soundtrack. Nick Gibson on Godsmack. Nick Gibson on Godsmack. And Daryl Jenkins was next, and then Nate Johnson. I only have one of these. Nick Gibson gets this one, and then Daryl and Nate, I will put you on a waiting list if that's okay. Godsmack, Tanner, this one is sold to Nick Gibson. Yeah. Okay, Coal Miner's Daughter, 22 of Jerry Wallace. And Jason Koswick wants a Devo. So did Jason Koswick. Keith Canseco also wants a Devo. And Jerry Wallace is at 23 on Coal Miner's Daughter. And I think we are caught up. So the Manfred Mann, what's the high bid on that? I think David may be saying he's at 18. We have Manfred Mann, Earth's Band with Chris Thompson. And then Jerry Wallace is at 25 on Coal Miner's Daughter soundtrack. So that's where we're at. And Gary Hackett also wants on the Godsmack waiting list. There's a lot of activity there the last 30 seconds. I didn't even really get to mention Coldplay because I called it Carole King. Coldplay has Yellow on it, one of their top songs, of course. Coldplay Parachutes, $29.99. Sean's at 19 on Manfred Mann. So there we go. Thanks for the refresher. Manfred Mann is at 19. Coal Miner's Daughter is at 26. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight is still available, $29.99. Almond Joys featuring the Early Almonds. Early Almond Brothers, $31.99. Star Wars Rogue One soundtrack. These are $29.99. Gatefold pressing. Star Wars Rogue One. $29.99 soundtrack. Now next I've got a few new Dylan reissues that they have released. And this is Highway 61 Revisited. Those are that one's $39.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits is $24.99. And the Free Will in Bob Dylan is $24.99. So there's the of course these we get those in occasionally. First presses, not cheap. There's actually there's a variants of this album that sell for thousands of dollars. There's reissues that are as much as this one here for a new one, but this album here there's some variants worth I think more than $10,000 if you find the one with the deleted tracks. So 19 on Manfred Mann, 26, 27. Paul Brothers wants a Cheap Trick, sold to Paul Brothers. Transformers, $45.99, Record Store Day exclusive, 30th anniversary. Transformers red vinyl and Decepticon etched purple vinyl, $45.99. Chris Stapleton, Starting Over. Haven't had this in a while. Chris Stapleton, Starting Over, $32.99. His newest album. We've been out of stock. I don't know why I hadn't reordered it. And Tron, Disney Tron Legacy, Daft Punk, $34.99. William Simmons on Transformers, sold to William Simmons. Jason Schott on the Chris Stapleton. And we have, there's Tron, Beverly Hills 90210, Aqua Vinyl, Beverly Hills 90210 soundtrack, $27.99. Kent Tilley wants a Dylan's Greatest Hits, sold to Kent Tilley. Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold, $25.99. Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold is $25.99. And the Yes album, gatefold pressing only, $26.99 for the Yes album. Okay, have I missed anything? Let's get caught up on the auctions. Jerry Wallace on the sealed Coal Miner's Daughter soundtrack, $30. And Manfred Mann, Japanese pressing, is at what? I think 19 with Sean. Yeah, Sean's at 19 on Manfred Mann. Going once, going twice. Manfred Mann and Coal Miner's Daughter. Nate Johnson on the Foo Fighters. We have a waiting list for that. I want to make sure one's not already pulled for him because we had one person on a waiting list on Concrete and Gold. And then Jerry Stone wants a 90210. Okay, there's still some really good stuff left in here. Let's go back through it. Half of it is the Dylan albums that I'm never having stock here in the store, so I thought I'd better order a few. Tillman Smoot wants a Foo Fighters. Where is all those sheets at? Because there are probably some people would like to know what to expect on their invoice. Tillman Smoot on Foo Fighters. Coldplay Parachutes is $29.99. There's the Almond. You've never listened to this. I like it. Of course, I like anything Dwayne and Greg Allman's doing, but that's $31.99. Star Wars Rogue One soundtrack. That for a while was not easy for me to find, completing the Star Wars soundtrack collection. But Bob Dylan Highway Revisited is $39.99. Highway 61 Revisited. Last copy of Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, that's $24.99. And Free Will and Bob Dylan, $24.99. Any silver tonight? Yes, we just sold Cliff Richard silver. Just sold it. You missed it. And Starting Over, Chris Stapleton, $32.99. Disney's Tron, $34.99. Can't believe those hadn't sold. Usually with anything the name Daft Punk on it, people start fist fighting over it. And the Yes album. Yes album is $26.99. Do you have any new Jack White? Yeah, we got a stack of them. Bottom left over here. Yeah. Do you still have Jack White? Yes. They're $29.99. All right. Let's go in twice, going three times on Manfred Mann and Coal Miner's Daughter. We got Jerry Wallace at 30. And we got Sean at 19. And John Wilson said he'll take one. If anybody else, Jack White, Fear of the Dawn. They're $29.99. Okay. Now, next thing I need is all the sheets I printed out. So we can go over that. Okay. These virtual fist fights are exhausting. I know it. Can't believe there's something with the name Daft Punk still left in that bin. I don't know a lot about Daft Punk, but people seem to like it. And I'll take a new bin of vintage. Okay, let me go over a few. Ryan Kirkland. We had you down for a Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold. Violent Femmes, Paul Brothers, Eric Reisman, David Cox. Bonnie Tyler, Paul Brothers. George Strait, Pure Country, Michael Coleman Potts, and 90210, Dustin Chandler. And St. Cecilia, Chad Bennett, and Rydell Martin, and Kings of Leon, Summer Brewington. That's all that has come in that we've unboxed today. Let's sell these auctions. Manfred Mann is sold to Sean for $19. Coal Miner's Daughter is sold to $30 to Jerry Wallace. Those are gone to new homes. Sean Crupper, 19. I've got a Poco Japanese pressing, no obi, and I have a, what else do I have over here? I think I got a sealed Elton John. I do. We have Poco Indian Summer, Japanese pressing. No obi. It is Japanese though. $5 start. Poco Indian Summer, $5 start. No obi. And Elton John Jump Up, sealed with hop sticker, $5 start. Elton John Jump Up, sealed with hop sticker. It is sealed. No notches either. No notches or punch holes. Sealed Elton. Actually, I take that back. It got camouflaged on me. One punch hole. $5 start on either one of those. All right. New bin of new vintage arrivals. I'm almost ready for a monster, FYI. Whoever, almost ready. And Tonight, I would pan over. Tonight, we got Crockett. He's keying in everything. Seth is actually doing alphabetical order. I've got him also running errands for me. I'm like, Seth, please do this. Seth, please do that. And Tanner, as always, is tagging stuff, and he's my backup. He's my backup on that. I'm actually about to place an order for some food because my daily Subway is starting to wear off. 5 on Poco, 5 on Poco, 7 on Poco. Is Elton John an original pressing? Well, yes. I don't know. I mean, this album was, I'm sure they pressed it again, but it never was really. Let's see here. Yes, this is a 19. I'm pretty confident in saying this is a 1982 OG. So yes, Jay, this is. It's not like it's a new 180 gram or anything. This is an original Elton John jump up. I don't know enough about reissues on this one to know exactly, but it's not like it's from 2010 or anything or 2021. That's definitely so. Okay. Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue, $34.99. The Stones. This one has the poster with it, and it is a stunner in near mint. Can't go wrong at 5. No, I've got it priced for much, much more of that. I just got a crate here next to me. I'm pulling stuff out to reduce and sell. And by the way, the rest of the night, it is 8:20. We'll be live for well over another hour. I've got 3 bins of half-off records I just pulled out of the back. There's really good stuff in there that's going to be half off. We're going to do those during part 2. And here during part 1, we've got all new arrivals to keep showing you. So, yeah, just don't go anywhere, especially come back for part 2. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees is sealed. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees is sealed, $39.99. Father Abraham in Smurfland is sealed, $34.99. The Beatles, this is $99.99. The only thing we have on it is 1969 UK. Wow, that is in immaculate condition. 1969 UK, 60 or 1969, $99.99. Yes, Facebook will be only part 2. We're live. By the way, we're live on YouTube right now. If y'all want to experiment with both streams to see which is better for you. But yeah, part 2 is always going to be only on Facebook because part 2 is when I do a lot of walking around. See, yeah, we'll have a box of CDs too. How much on Stones? Jay, that was $34.99. $34.99. Cat Stevens. Teaser and the Firecat. Well, that looks nice for $14.99. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night is a VG Plus, $34.99. Tango in the Night, VG Plus, $34.99. The Traveling Wilburys is sealed. Wow. Sealed OG of this, $79.99. Traveling Wilburys. The Best of Rod Stewart is also sealed with the Peaches price tag. Is that a hype? No, that's actually printed on the cover. They got a hype embedded in the cover. $44.99. No punch out on this one either, or cut corner. $44.99. Randy Travis, High Lonesome. $59.99. We do not see this one too often. Randy Travis, High Lonesome. $59.99. That was a stream of really good records right there. And the Cars, Shake It Up. This is also sealed. Sealed Cars, Shake It Up. No cutout or punch hole. $49.99. Could it keep getting better? How about the Emotional Falco? Does this have Amadeus on it? It doesn't. $19.99 for Falco. Okay, so Sean, 18. How much on the Stones? It was $34. It was near mint with poster and ear sleeve. 8 on Elton John. 10 on Elton John. Sean's at 11 on Elton John and Poco. And then Leslie's at 13 on Poco. So Sean's at 11 on the sealed Elton John. Leslie's at 13 on the Japanese Poco. Alex Roman wants the Randy Travis, sold to Alex Roman. Falco and Roberta Flack is $19.99. Roberta Flack. Charlie Pride, All My Best. Charlie is $9.99. That's on RCA Special Products. The Best of the Seekers. That looks like it's UK. It is. 1968 UK. $19.99. The Best of the Seekers. It's a label we don't see very often over here in the States. Best of Buck Owens, Volume 2 is $14.99. Starline label. Sean's at 15 on Poco. He still has Elton John at 11. Zach is first on Charlie Pride. And does Randy have Steve Henson on pedal steel? Kevin, we've already sold it if you're asking about the Randy Travis. Y'all give me about 15 seconds. I need to open up this monster. My throat is... Yeah, my mouth and throat's right next to the microphone, so y'all know anytime I'm taking a drink of something. Atlanta Rhythm Section, real tape. Atlanta Rhythm Section is $9.99. And the boys from, this is ARS, Atlanta Rhythm Section. The boys from where? Doraville. That one's also $9.99. Dreams of Children, Shadow Facts, $9.99. Little Jimmy Dickens, Handle with Care, is $9.99. More 4 freshmen and 5 trombones. That is $9.99. Is the Seekers UK or Australia? He put UK. It looks UK. Columbia. That is made in Great Britain. Made in Great Britain. Sold to UK, subject to resale. Yeah, that's UK. Leslie's at 17 on Poco. Buck Owens, ARS, Shadow Facts, Jimmy Dickens, 4 freshmen. This is who? Is that Donna Ross? Donna Ross, Red Hot Rhythm and Blues, $9.99. We have Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. It's $19.99. ABBA, The Magic of ABBA, $14.99. Let's All Sing Along with the Chipmunks. This one is in surprisingly nice condition. It's in the original plastic it came in on Liberty. Usually these children's records, especially that old, are pretty trash. Jonathan said, I'll take it. And that was the 4 freshmen, or the Seekers. The Best of Merle Haggard is $19.99. And we got Merle Haggard, Keep Moving On, sealed. That's $34.99. Aaron Gardner on ABBA. Sold to Aaron Gardner. Chipmunks, Merle, and Rock and Roll Gold compilation, $19.99 on Mercury. 2 LPs. Rock and Roll Gold compilation. Let's see. Oh, let me get this back in here. It's being difficult. There we go. Aaron, did I say Aaron first on ABBA? Yeah. Okay, Aaron, Jamie Miller was second. The Chipmunks was $19.99, Jonathan. Stacy Metternich wants Rock and Roll Gold. And Chris, the Chipmunks was $19.99. I must have not said that one. Chipmunks is $19.99. Helen Reddy, I Am Woman. Helen is $7.99 in shrink wrap. And Linda Ronstadt, Greatest Hits, is $9.99. And Chris was third. I must have not told the price on the Chipmunks. Or Sue Massey asked third. And Jonathan said he'll take it. Well, that one tastes funny. These monsters. The weird thing about these monsters is this is the only mass-produced drink. Who distributes these? Coca-Cola? This is the only mass-produced drink I've ever had. You know, you open up a canned Coke, it tastes the same everywhere, unless it's flat or something. But monsters, they all taste different. At least this kind. Because it's tea. I guess they brew the tea differently. They always taste different, so. Chad, do you still have those new Jailbreak Thin Lizzy reissues? I do. And I have some Thin Lizzy that's on sale that I can't believe no one's bought. But yes, I do have Jailbreak. Jonathan got the Chipmunks. Chris M, the Danzig is the Veronica soundtrack. I will show it in just 1 second. Some people's already answered. Cindy, no bundling or discounts right now. Any moving pictures? Yes, I need to show those. Thank you for asking. Can we get one of those moving pictures, the $99 version? The Pointer Sisters, that's a plenty. In shrink wrap, Pointer Sisters is $9.99. Ronnie Millsap, 2020 Vision. Ronnie is $9.99. And Ronnie Millsap, Night Things, is $9.99. Neil Sedaka Sings Hits, Greatest Hits. Neil Sedaka is $9.99. And Tom Jones, Delilah. That looks like, yeah, this is pressed in Germany. That's why I was about to say, one, I've never seen it. And one, it had that Decca. Yeah, that's a German pressing, $19.99. Did I get the gold? No, ABBA gold went to Aaron Gardner. Yeah. Aaron Gardner on that. Wayne Heat takes both of the Millsaps. sold to Wayne Heat. Where are we at on the auctions? Let me take a pause for just a second. We had Sean. Yeah, Sean is at only $11. Sean Crupper on the sealed Elton John Jump Up. Sealed with hype sticker. Has a punch hole. This is $11 with Sean. Going once, going twice. And then Poco is a Japanese pressing of Indian Summer. It is Japanese, no obi though, with insert. And Poco was at, I believe, 17 with Leslie. Yes, Leslie Silvley is at 17 on the Poco. So 17 and 11. Going once, going twice on both of those. And Shane, yes, I do have the Thin Lizzies. I will show that in just a second. Did I get gold? Gold hits. No, that was gold hits. I pulled that one for Stacy. Let me make sure on that one. Stacy, gold. Alan was first on that one. The one, there was a guy wearing a leather jacket. That is right. He put gold. I don't know if we've already keyed that one in. It was, yeah. Sorry, Stacy. I look back. Alan was first. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Alan. And Stacy, you did. Alan was first. I just scrolled up. He was first. Sorry about that one. Here's Rush moving pictures. While the more I look at this, let me kind of tell you what we've got. If you really, really love Rush, you want the $300 version. If you like Rush, this is a great value, I think. It's a triple LP live concert in here that's never been released. And then you got the remastered 40th. So I didn't check, but right before these come out, I don't think the 200-gram moving pictures, I don't think they were all that cheap. But this is a $99.99. Triple live Rush 1981 live in YYZ with a 24-page booklet, and then the actual moving pictures album remastered. These are $99.99. If you want the one that's about 3 times as thick, we still got those. They're $299.99. If you want one of these, $99.99. So, Rush moving pictures. I think Sean wants one. Well, those have sold really well. I've sold a couple big ones online thanks to my unboxing video. That's why I do that. These new titles, actually what I'm thinking about doing is doing a lot of unboxing videos. But some of the stuff, everything I've unboxed, I've bought for myself. I've kept. So there's some things that's released and I don't really want to open up. So I may do an unboxing video, then discount it by like $5 if somebody wants it. So since it's open, but okay. Neil Sedaka, Tom Jones, Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind, $9.99. Tim Holloway is at 12 on the Elton John, and I didn't see any other bids on Poco. So let's sell Poco is sold to Leslie for $17. Poco sold to Leslie for $17. And Elton John is going once, going twice to Tim Holloway for $12. Going once, going twice, Tim Holloway for $12. That's a 5 LP. Yes, 5 LPs. Thank you. Yes, the live is 4 disc. Thank you. And then the moving pictures. Yeah, it's a 4 LP, 19 track live show. Yes, I also have Tool. I have Tool Fear Inoculums. They're $179.99. I really need to sell those. I have almost 50 of them in stock. Way too many. Okay, Sonny and Cher's Greatest Hits. This is actually an original, and it's on 2 LPs on Atco. $19.99. Sonny and Cher's Greatest Hits. Very clean. $19.99. Sonny and Cher's Greatest Hits. Floyd Kramer, Last Date. Floyd Kramer is $7.99. Heart-Touching Songs, Tom Jones, $9.99. Let's Disco, $9.99. Johnny Taylor, featuring the smash hit single Disco Lady, $19.99. In shrink wrap with hype sticker. Cindy Jones wants to Sonny and Cher's Greatest Hits. So to Cindy. Tim Holloway going twice, going 3 times on the Elton John. Everything is Everything. Dinah Ross. Boy, that's an early one. On Tamla Motown. $19.99. Wow. $19.99. Let's see. Did I get a moving pictures? Yes, Sean, you got a moving pictures. Jamie Miller, you were next on Sonny and Cher. Bruce Springsteen is a 5 LP box, $49.99. Live, 75 to 85, $49.99. Guess Who? The Guess Who. This is early Guess Who. It's on Pickwick. Really cool cover. $9.99. $9.99 on that. The Guess Who. Let's see here. Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling. Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling is $14.99. And The Very Best of Shirley Bassey, 20 Fabulous Tracks. This is another import. $9.99. Shirley Bassey. Well, that's a weird label. It's got a gold Odeon sticker on it. Barry White, Change is $9.99. The Best of the Marmalade. Best of the Marmalade, another import, $19.99. Bonnie Raitt, Give It Up. Bonnie is $14.99. And a retrospective Linda Ronstadt, 2 LP Career Greatest Hits. Cindy Jones on Shirley Bassey. Mike Cochran on the Guess Who. Mike Cochran on the Guess Who. And last couple records, another Linda, Hasten Down the Wind. And Tina Turner, Private Dancer. Tina Turner, Private Dancer. Price on Disco Lady. Susie, that was $19.99. Tim Holloway, I'm about to do a twofer for you, Tim. You get Lionel Richie, and you also get the sealed Elton John for just $12. Sold to Tim Holloway. Is the Dance on the Ceiling single album. Cody, it was the album. It's already sold. Already sold. Let me see here. Okay. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Let's go back through this bin. I'm going to read off titles right quick, and then we'll go from there. We have Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue. Boz Scaggs is sealed. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. Let me pull back up my stream here, and then before I put up another auction, because if I don't, then I could really miss some comments. Let me refresh this right quick. Excuse me 1 second. Didn't say the price on Tina. My bad. Tina Turner is $19.99. What's love got to do with it? So, have I missed anything else? I don't think I have. Okay, Tina Turner, Father Abraham and Smurfland, The Beatles, Abbey Road, Cat Stevens, Fleetwood Mac, Traveling Wilburys. Wow, did we miss Rush earlier? Oh my gosh, I must have skipped over this. VG Plus, $74.99. We have a little bit of cover dings on it. Wow. This is why I always go through a bin a second time. Rush is a VG Plus, $74.99. Let's check the label. Wow. So I always go through stuff second. Oh, I skipped the Tom Petty. What happened? I skipped the Tom Petty too. Tom Petty. I don't think I showed this earlier. Into the Great Wide Open. Is this sealed? $124.99. Wow. $124.99 on this. We do not get these in very often. David Howard on Rush. Sold. Yeah, Neil Peart wasn't on their very first album. No Peart. Peart. Make sure you say it Peart. David Howard on Rush. Cody Chandler. Abbey Road was a 1969 UK pressing. That's why it is $99.99. But I will say this. It is very, very nice. I mean, I wish you could see it in person. $99.99. Let's see here. Okay. Tina Turner, Smurfland, So Tango in the Night was a VG Plus, $34.99. We have Sealed Traveling Wilburys, $79.99. And Tom Petty is $124.99. Dio, where did these come from? It's like records were just appearing in here randomly. Dio Holy Diver, $74.99. Dio Holy Diver. Wow. That was like, can y'all see that? $74.99. Dio Holy Diver. I like skipped over the best records in the bin somehow or another. Hope everybody's still awake out there. The best of Rod Stewart was Sealed, $44.99. The best of Rod Stewart and the Cars Shake It Up was Sealed. We got some like top end collector records in this bin for sure. Falco, Roberta Flack, Buck Owens, Atlanta Rhythm Section. Atlanta Rhythm Section, those are $9.99 each. Shadow Facts, Little Jimmy Dickens, Four Freshmen, Phil Collins, Dinah Ross, Merle Haggard, Helen Reddy, Linda Ronstadt, Pointer Sisters, Neil Sedaka, Tom Jones, Dean Martin, Floyd Kramer, Tom Jones, Let's Disco, Johnny Taylor, Dinah Ross, Bruce Springsteen, Barry White, Marmalade, Bonnie Raitt, Linda Ronstadt, and Linda Ronstadt. Linda Ronstadt has her early stuff with Stone Ponies and then all the way through her solo stuff. That's like the essentials. Leslie takes both ARS. So I was about to say, I was about to make sure the feed was working. No comments have come through in like 5 minutes, and I've shown like a Dio and a Tom Petty, Into the Great Wide Open. Okay. We have another bin of vintage left. Yeah. We got plenty bin. We have lots of bins of vintage. Let's go ahead and do one of those half-off bins. Just pick one out. Do the one that don't have much in it. We got one that's about half full. Yeah. The two Ronstadts. Kevin Willis says, I'll take Petty and a BAM. I don't know if I can do a BAM. Set it right there for us right now. And how much was the two Ronstadts? First, let me check those. Linda is $19.99, and Linda was $9.99. So Kevin's saying I'll take Into the Great Wide Open. Then Jonathan says I'll take Great Wife Open. So this is sold to Kevin. I can't do a BAM. I've retired the BAMs. I will do a thank you. I will do a thank you. My DoorDash hadn't delivered yet. If my Chili's had already got here, I might have the energy to do a BAM. You got Chili's? So, yeah, you can order it very easily on your phone.
Okay, those are good. Those are in price order too.
Okay. All right. Did I miss anything else? Nobody wants the Dio? Traveling Wilburys? Fleetwood Mac, Teaser and the Firecat. This is a classic album. Gatefold. I think y'all need to reevaluate your you need to reevaluate your music listening. Probably most people's like, I already have these, Chad. You've already sold me 3 copies and pressed in 3 different countries. But, yeah, Jason Stapleton trademarked the BAM. And then I actually asked him if I could borrow it, and he said anybody can do it, it's okay. And then we started doing so many BAMs, I had to raise the price limit to $500. And then I was still doing BAMs. We were selling $500 records, it seemed like, occasionally. And then I did the air horn. So we do the air horn. The only thing I do special, if you buy something $500 and up, I'll bring out an air horn. We hadn't sold a $500 record in a while, though. It's been a while. These are half off. I'm going to tell you the half off price. I hope you're ready. This is a half of a bin, just this right here, and then I've got 2 entire bins. So they're not green stickered, no. So these are, you have to, I'll tell you the price, or they're half off, okay? We have Soul Spin, the 4 tops. That's a VG Plus, $3.49. Fog Hat, Stone Blue, just $4.99. The Fifth Dimension Portrait, Fifth Dimension is $4.99. Gangsters of Love, VG Plus, $4.99. I'm telling you the half off price. George Delisle on Mary. I'm not for sure what that is. Art Garfunkel, Scissors Cut, $4.99. Cindy Jones on 4 tops. I got to make sure what George Delisle wanted first. He put Mary. Cindy Jones on 4 tops. Next is, let's go back to the new vinyl. Give me 1 second. Wayne Heat on Fog Hat. Wayne Heat on Fog Hat. Susie Breedlove was next. Tyler Browning was second on 4 tops. Nate Johnson on Gangsters of Love. Art Garfunkel Watermark, $4.99. Shrink wrap and hop sticker. Art Garfunkel Breakaway, $4.99. 3 Art Garfunkels. There's another copy of Breakaway. Fate for Breakfast, $4.99. And Focus Hamburger Concerto is $7.49. Focus, the best of the Jay Giles Band, $7.49. Jay Giles Live is $7.49. Grand Funk On Time. Looks like the cover's been chewed on, the corner of it at least. $7.49. That's their first album, I believe, though. Force MD's Touch and Go. That is $7.49. That was a slip. Okay, no problem. Just want to make sure your autocorrect didn't beat you up on something. Gary Hackett first on Focus. Nate Johnson wants a Jay Giles Best. Jamie Miller, I've also got you on Jay Giles. The only one left is Live if you want it. And here's another Jay Giles band. This is another live one. Blow Off Your Face, or Blow Your Face Out, $9.99. Jay Giles, The Morning After, is $9.99. And Aretha Franklin, With Everything I Feel in Me, Aretha. And that is $9.99. Finally made it. Did you auction off the Beatles Butcher cover yet? Dang it, Tony, you wasn't supposed to say anything. That was supposed to be a surprise. Oh, well, I guess I can't sell it now. What's on Force? Give me 1 second. Jeff McMaster wants Blow Your Face Out. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Tommy Flowers, you were second. Cindy Jones first to Aretha Franklin. Cody Chandler, you were next. So here's what's left. Fifth Dimension. Most of these are less than $6. Fifth Dimension's $4.99. Portrait. This is a really nice condition, too. That looks like the original inner sleeve. George Delisle, Morning After. That was Jay Giles, sold to George Delisle. Jay Giles, sold to George Delisle. Fifth Dimension, Art Garfunkel. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another copy of Breakaway. 5 Art Garfunkel records. All 5 of them for $14.99 if anybody wants them. I think that's another half off. Art Garfunkel. There's 4 there. $14.99 if anybody wants them. And then there's just another copy of Breakaway. Jay Giles Live, Full House. No condition notes on that one. It's only $7.49. Tommy Flowers takes them. Jamie Miller, you were second. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Tanner, it's these 4 albums for $14.99. Susie Breedlove wants the Fifth Dimension. And that only leaves this Art Garfunkel, which is $4.99. And Jay Giles Live, Grand Funk On Time, and then somebody asked me the tracks on Force MD. Love is a House, Would You Love Me, Touch and Go, Couldn't Care Less, Your Love Drives Me Crazy, Midnight Lover, Take Your Love Back, and Sweet Dreams. Wow, there's some pretty good stuff there, those 3, surprisingly. Then that whole bin would be empty. Of course, we didn't start with much, but Jay Giles, Grand Funk, and Force MD. So we're going to have, most of part 2 is just going to be stuff like this and CDs, and then I need to recap some new vinyl. Jerry, I know you're waiting on that. I usually do that right before we sign off at 9:30, or whenever my food gets here, which may be closer to 9, but so I may do it pretty quickly. But I always recap that whenever we sign off, and unless we have a ton, and whenever we come back at 10 o'clock or 9:30, whichever. So what's next? What do we have? You have a bin ready for me? Supposed to be on top of this, Seth. He's bringing something. Is this new arrivals or half off?
New arrivals.
These are new arrivals. And then I'm going to be showing some new vinyl, my Slipknot. Slipknot has not come in yet. I don't know if is that due this week? I'm not for sure. I think it is. They're reissuing 2 Slipknot albums, their first one and Iowa. Iowa has never been reissued. We got a pre-order for that up in the group. They've never reissued Iowa before, so. Okay, if somebody wants these last 4 albums, $10. You just got to comment deal. Never mind, Chris Wood wants Grand Funk. Okay, these last 3 albums, $7. You just got to comment deal. D-E-A-L. Zach takes them. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. How much on Iowa pre-order? I think they're $36.99. They're supposed to be on clear Coke bottle vinyl.
What's the deal?
The deal on these 3 was $7 for those 3 albums. Okay. Zach Biley was first to it. Chris Wood went ahead and bought the Grand Funk, then Zach got those last 3. All right, next is Atlanta. These are new arrivals. Atlanta Rhythm Section, Underdog, in shrink wrap, $9.99. That's America, isn't it? Produced by George Martin. Yeah, America. Harbor, $9.99. Air Supply, Lost in Love, $9.99. I heard there'll be 1 Slipknot issue per month. Well, that's good because we sell the heck. I think I posted Iowa at the wrong time of night because I figured I'd have more people order Iowa than I would their first album. And I think I've only had about a dozen pre-orders on it. So I'm going to order 20 or 30. Because the OGs of that are hundreds of dollars. I had a sealed one before. I think we sold for $700 or $800. I had a sealed Iowa. That's a very expensive record. So Slipknot, tough to find. OGs, of course, they were 90s, 2000s. Dan Fogelberg, Phoenix is $9.99. Foreigner, self-titled, $19.99. Foreigner, self-titled. Little River Band is $9.99. Sunnyview. KC, wow, Sunnyview Classics, KC and the Sunshine Band, Get Down Tonight, 12-inch single, $14.99. Tim Holloway on Air Supply, sold to Tim Holloway, Lost in Love. The Doors, LA Woman. I was going to auction this, but first come, first serve. This is $44.99. It's not the window cover, but any one of them. This is, this says 1971 reissue, so it's pressed in 71, just not the OG cover. $44.99 on that. Let's see. Susie Breedlove, first of the Doors. Jeremiah Lewis, You Were Second. Les Dudek is $14.99. And Les Paul and Mary Ford, their all-time greatest hits, $24.99. Alexandra, you were third on that. Les Paul box set is $24.99. The Grassroots 16 greatest hits, $14.99. Zappa, Ship Arriving Too Late to Save the Drowning Witch, $34.99. Have y'all ever noticed the cover? There's the ship. It's arriving. And there's the drowning witch. That's her hat. See? See that stuff? Okay. $34.99. Zappa. Ambrosia, 180. $9.99. Ambrosia 180 is $9.99. George Jones, still the same old me. George Jones is $9.99. Odds and Sods, The Who. Odds and Sods, The Who, $19.99. MCA reissue label. Best of Blondie, $39.99. Wow, that got slipped in there surprisingly. Little River Band, Sleeper Catcher, $9.99. Little River Band. And here's another box set. The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm. Voices from the original soundtrack album, $24.99. Sean on JG. That's George Jones, sold to Sean Foxbauer. Randy Meisner is $19.99. We have Kim Carnes, Mistaken Identity, with Betty Davis Eyes, $9.99. Jim Capaldi, Daughter of the Night, is $9.99. Friendship, $14.99. Worldwide Gold Award Hits Parts 1 and 2. Elvis, Elvis Presley. This is $19.99, and I have 3 left in the Elvis bins. I gave several people one of these in your Elvis mystery box to go ahead and spoil it for you. But I've got more. If we happen to sell this one, I've got more. This is 2 LP, 25 Elvis hits. They're hits, so good stuff. They're only $19.99. That's like one of our top, most common, but top selling Elvis records. Sean on Betty. I think he wants the Kim Carnes here. Betty Davis Eyes album. Like Dreamers Do. Silver Beatles promo copy. What is this? Promo 20, it's $29.99. Susie passes on the Doors. Give it to Jeremiah Lewis. He was next. So Jeremiah, you did get the Doors. This is on silver vinyl, Silver Beatles. It's a promo copy. Wow. Never seen that before. First, after Susie's pass, is Jeff Whitney on Blondie, and then Jay Maloof on the Silver Beatles. That's an interesting, never knew that existed. And the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl is a Uruguay pressing. Uruguay pressing. $34.99. Elvis in person, International Hotel, $19.99. Elvis Aloha from Hawaii via satellite, $24.99. Uh-oh, our Beatles bins are about to fill back up unless we sell some of these. We sold 120 Beatles out, or 120 Elvis albums, and we still have an entire bin back there full. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits, Volume 2, $14.99. John and Yoko, Sometime. This is a 1972 UK pressing, $39.99. $39.99 UK pressing of Sometime. Sgt. Pepper's is a 1975 Grease pressing, $39.99 with the insert. Grease pressing. They press that all over the world too. The Steel Eye Span Story. Steel Eye Span Story is $19.99. Original Masters. Steel Eye Span Story, $19.99. Steppenwolf for ladies only, $16.99. Jay says mine on yo no. So I'm assuming, Jay, you wanted the Sometime album. Is that correct? That's to Jay, and then Charles Burnett on the Beatles. Charles, is that for Sgt. Pepper's? So Jay, if that's correct, say sold, and Charles, if that's correct, say sold. And did you pull linen for me? Jay, that's what I was just confirming. Still I Span, Steppenwolf, Bonnie Raitt, Taking My Time. Bonnie is $12.99. And Born Again, Randy Newman, $19.99. And so Charles wanted Sgt. Pepper's. Okay, so those are both sold. Billy Ocean, Suddenly, is $14.99. This is in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Caribbean Queen. Billy Ocean. And Ted Nugent, State of Shock, $14.99. Donna Summer, Live and More, is $14.99. Donna Summer is $14.99. And Melissa Manchester's Greatest Hits is $9.99. Chris asked the price for Elvis Aloha. Chris, it is $24.99. It is quad 2 LP. And if you don't want it, Chris, it looks like Wayne Heat. So that just leaves the Elvis Greatest Hits and the Elvis In Person Hotel. So let me flip through that bin one more time. I think did my food arrive? I thought I saw somebody pulling the parking lot. Atlanta Rhythm Section, America, Dan Fogelberg, Foreigner, Little River Band, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Les Dudek. This was put back from the last show, or actually from last week. We were just working on invoices earlier. Tanner said this was put back. David Allen Co. Tattoo. It's a white label promo. It is $39.99. White label promo. Boy, it's got cold out there. That feels good in there. It's like a sauna in here. Les Paul and Mary Ford, Grassroots, Zappa, Ambrosia, The Who, Little River Band, The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm, Randy Meisner, Jim Capaldi. So Cody Chandler gets David Allen Coe. Let's see. What is, who just got Aloha then? Wayne Heat got the Elvis that was laying up here, Tanner. And then Cody Chandler wants the David Allen Coe. Did I put it back in here or did I hand it to you? I think I put it back in here. That's sold to Cody Chandler. Question on linen. Are the edges clean? This is a replacement. Yeah, that one looked nice. I can double check it for you though before we key it in. The John Lennon to Jay. But that one looked nice. Tanner says it is. So Elvis was $19.99. Hollywood Bowl was $34.99. Elvis in Person International Hotel. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits Volume 2. My Way's on here. I don't know which Sinatra songs y'all are usually looking for. We sell a bunch of them though. The Who was $19.99, Chris. Yeah, this one looks very nice. Strong spine top. And it's got a little bit of a chip right here. And it's got a little bit of a ding right here. But overall, the seams are... But this guy does have a ding right there. Make sure you still want it. Still Life Span Story. Steppenwolf. Bonnie Raitt. Randy Newman. Billy Ocean. Ted Nugent. We have Donna Summer and Melissa Manchester's Greatest Hits. Melissa Manchester's Greatest Hits. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recap. Well, I've recapped that bin. Let me see what I've got right here next to me. That's vintage vinyl I just showed. By the way, we are working on getting stuff. We are working on getting stuff back from, or getting stuff on our website. So we have a lot of new arrivals on there. A lot of stuff that we've got 10 and 20 copies of. Jay wants to put that one back. A lot of stuff we got 10 and 20 copies of. We've are putting the duplicates on there. So if anybody wants this, it's $39.99. It's a UK pressing of some time. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know what happened. It looked like something nicked it right there. But other than that, it's nice. But put that one up here. Here's one recap of some new vinyl right quick. And then hope Jerry Stone's watching. And then when we come back, I'm gonna do this bin. Then I'm going to do, we're going to stop and then come back in 30 minutes for part 2. Part 2, we've got half off stuff, CDs, and I think at least one more bin of new arrivals. So that's what we'll do, but let's go through these first. I'm just going to read titles and prices right quick. Kings of Leon, because of the times, is $40.99. We have Kings of Leon Only by the Night. It was $44.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave, only 2 left, $56.99. Foo Fighters St. Cecilia was $17.99. The Mission Collected, $61.99. The Veronica soundtrack was $26.99. That's on splatter vinyl. Enough's Enough 7, green vinyl. That is $27.99. Flight of the Conchords live in London is $34.99. Kraftwerk remixes is $71.99. I'm also going to do more $1 and $5 start auctions too during part 2 while we're showing half off stuff. So I'm going to be pulling out stuff like we've been doing, and $1, $5 starts. Weezer Black Album, $25.99. We have Wet Leg. I only have 2 left. This is on colored vinyl. $29.99 for Wet Leg. And then surprisingly still have all of these. Donald Fagen, The Nightfly. Have you ever listened to this? It's like, I mean, it's pretty much you're listening to. If you like Steely Dan, obviously you're going to like this. $31.99. I have 5 of those. And the rest of that was vintage check condition stuff that didn't sell. So 2001 Space Odyssey, Supertramp, Ricky Skaggs, Dean Martin, Isaac Hayes. We'll go back through those thoroughly in just a second. So Chris Farrar wants a Donald Fagen. I was about to say, surely we'd sell one of those. That's why I ordered so many. The Nightfly. But yeah, and then also part 2 will also be just on Facebook. So I'll be on my phone, mobile, so you won't be able to find us on YouTube. And we're going to go ahead and stop there because the rest of the show, we're going to have to move stuff around anyways, and I'm going to have to be mobile. So, and plus my food is sitting right next to me. That's another reason I'm wanting to stop. Brad Bolin also wants a Donald Fagen. If any of your comments come in late, that's okay, because after we end, our feed still pulls up. We're going to pause there, though. Let me give you all a starting time for part 2. We'll say 30 minutes. So let's go 9:35. Or yeah, 9:35 we will be live for part 2. And Scott Snee also wants a Donald Fagen. Part 2 will resume at, he said, no, I don't already have it. Okay, so just change that one to Scott Snee.